We had a guest earlier on who had a big call on India, calling it a safe bet in Asia. Would you agree with that view?
I'd hesitate to call it a safe bet. I'm sure I'd call anywhere a safe bet in the current climate. But I think relative to much of the rest of the world, and certainly much of the rest of Asia, and in particular China, of course, I think India does look quite attractive at the moment. There are vulnerabilities, as always, and we know that India is a large importer of oil, so that has been weighing on its currency, and inflation has been ticking up a little bit. But I would say when you look at the economy from a domestic standpoint, inflation's not too far above the central bank sort of target threshold. Rates have gone up a little bit to adjust for that. But we're really seeing quite a meaningful cyclical recovery in the economy. Some very strong growth numbers, anywhere from 7 to 8% GDP growth this year is forecast. And from a company perspective and a stock perspective, amongst the best earnings growth anywhere in Asia and indeed the world at the moment. So I think, yes, it does look relatively appealing.
And if you're talking about earnings growth, that's what investors chase. Where is it that you're seeing the outperformance in India? Specific sectors, if you could drill it down.
Yes, well, I think one of the main sectors that's outperforming at the moment is financials, and in particular banks in India, and we're positioned around that in our portfolios. India has been through a protracted period of anemic credit growth, really, that predates the COVID-19 pandemic. And so it's long overdue a rebound and recovery. And we're now starting to see that the bank's balance sheets are in good shape, having had some difficulties some years back. And they are pressing the accelerator on growth, and demand for credit is coming back. We're starting to see CapEx cycles recover, both on the public and the private side. So those banks have been delivering some good numbers. We've seen, surprisingly, given the inflationary environment, consumer discretionary sector and stocks also delivering some pretty robust numbers. Now, that's closely tied and correlated to the reopening effect post-COVID, so it's a sort of catch-up story to some extent, but some very healthy numbers there as well. And of course, metals, mining, commodities still seeing good numbers.